EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. On play action, here's Nix. McKinnon here, it's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
To throw, here's Nix. And this one complete again to Mims. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
They'll run with a second-round pick from Akers draft. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Broncos at 10-3 on the year, and they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Hey, look at this Packers defense. Right now, they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
To throw is Nix. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Micah Parsons. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's got him in, complete. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way home for the Broncos score. J.K. Dobbins with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. That's good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he returns this to the 22. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Come on, set. 60 red. 60 red. Red.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Ready. 32. Set.
To throw now, here's Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now a 2nd and 10. Love now. And he comes back with one complete. And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
second and goal from the 6 this time. Love fires that quickly outside. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Luke Musgrave, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll go play action with Nix. He'll get back complete to Franklin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Complete right side. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Marvin Mims, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. The touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's going to look deep down the field. And he is caught at the 10-yard line. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a first and goal. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Jacobs fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. No one left in the backfield as they send a man left. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So that touchdown pass number 51 for him on the year. And it moves it past 2 guys at 50, 2 of the best ever, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Brady had 50 in 2007, and Mahomes did it in 2018. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Nix. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A huge play there for Denver. And even 50 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Nice job there, putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get it to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. Touchdown, Broncos! J.K. Dobbins with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Broncos have taken the lead. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll look for a drive to tie this up. Down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throw here taken in by Wiley, the tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Here's Love. Over the middle, he's got Golden. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Throwing. Love. A short throw to Musgrave. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Love to throw for it on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Love looking to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Nix to the air. Firing quickly here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Back to the air with Nix. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Nix. And he's got it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up second down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Nix from the shotgun. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Bo Nix in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. That's for the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Love. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Love. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Brandon Jones picking it off. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Play fake. Nix. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. To throw, here's Nix. He'll try and do this himself. That's taken in by Franklin. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. The Broncos send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Oh, come on.
For the 4th time today. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try to and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. offense ready to get their next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Short throw, he's got Kraft. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, 37 yards. And the Packers get a bit closer. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Nix. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Nix going to keep this himself.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. To throw is Nix. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. J.K. Dobbins, 63 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, All coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So from 135 all the way over to the other. Here's 1st and 10. Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Love now. That's caught downfield. It's Golden. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. Now Love. This is caught. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Love wants to shift things around. Here's Jacobs. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
To throw now. Here's Love. And my goodness, another interception. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Great stop by Devontae Wyatt, breaking through the line and stopping it cold.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and then capture him for a loss.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. To throw from his end zone. Nix. A short throw to Ingram. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And brought down approaching the 45-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll go play action with Nix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. Now it's Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. There he goes again. And all the way home for the Broncos score. J.K. Dobbins, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, and they'll keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Here's Love. And this is caught. Touchdown. Matthew Golden, 35 yards. And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. They made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And the Packers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Second down and 3. Off play action. Nix. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Operating from the gun, Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Harvey. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, that play's not going to go in their highlight reel at the end of the season, but the only benefit to the offense, maybe a little more space if they want to throw the football now after taking that loss.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Micah Parsons. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He couldn't quite find the goal line, but a good run of 8 yards is going to make it an interesting 4th and goal now. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And partner, I have no